Hey yogis, this practice is dedicated to the posture side crow. In Sanskrit, it's Parshvabhakasana, and it is an arm balance that requires a big twist. So whether you're interested in the posture side crow, getting into an arm balance or not, you might enjoy this practice regardless because the benefits of twists are great. And there's a lot of core involved in this practice as well. So we're going to start, again, a lot of focus on twists. So we're going to start in a seated position. We're going to focus in on our breath, and then we'll begin with some seated twists before we move on. So come into a comfortable position with your spine tall and upright. We'll just center ourselves with 5 deep breaths. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes, relax your jaw, and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. We're about halfway there, so continue to steady and slow your breath a little bit more. Last full inhale and exhale in this seated position. Complete your exhale, and if your eyes are closed, open them. On your next breath in, reach your arms up overhead. As you breathe out, right hand to left knee, left hand out behind for a twist. And this is going to be constant movement here, so breathe in, come back to center. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in. You can obviously go at your own pace with your breath. We're just going to do 2 more on each side. This is going to be your last breath in to center, breath out to the right, and breath into center, breath out to the left. Come back to center, breathe in, breathe out for chest expansion, interlace your hands behind your back. Open your chest as you breathe in, lift your chin. As you breathe out, hinge forward. If you can't hinge forward, just begin to lift your hands up away from the floor. Come back to center. And release. Come into a tabletop position. We're going to take 3 rounds of cat-cow to continue to build some fluidity in the spine. So breathe in, drop your belly. Breathe out, round your spine. 2 more. Come back to tabletop position. Let's press back to child's pose to stretch our hips and our sides. So hips to heels, walk your hands forward, lower your forehead toward the earth. Take a breath here. Now walk your hands to the right, so you're going to stretch through your entire left side. Press your left hip back toward your left heel as you lower your forehead down. Walk your hands through center, off to the left. Extend your right arm nice and long, and then press your right hip toward your right heel as you lower your forehead to the floor. Walk your hands back towards center. Press back one more time, child's pose. Come up through a tabletop position and then tuck your toes under and make your way to downward facing dog. So you're gonna lift your hips up and then lower your heels toward the floor. Take some pedals of your legs. So bending and straightening, right leg, then left leg, right leg, then left leg. If you have other movements you like to make in your first downward facing dog, obviously feel free to do that. And then I'm gonna recommend this stretch. Lift both of your heels up off the floor. Lift them as high as you can, and then lower both heels to the right, maybe all the way to the floor if you can. And again, stretch through your left side. Come back to center. Lift both heels as high as you can. Lower both heels to your left and stretch through your right side. This is one of my favorite side stretches. We definitely want open and active obliques for our twisting side crow posture. Lift your heels high. Lower both heels back down toward the floor, maybe a little bit further this time as you open through your Achilles, your calves, your hamstrings, and then let your head hang really heavy so you have no tension in your neck or your shoulders. Just a stretch here. And then lift your right leg up. Open your hip by bending your leg and letting your right foot dangle down toward the floor on the left side. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of core preparation as well. So straighten out your leg and then level your hips. You're going to bring your right knee to your left elbow, so you're twisting across your body. Try to touch either your elbow or even above, and then lift your toe to the height of your knee. So don't let it drop down toward the floor, even if it's dangling. Try and lift it higher, and then lift your right leg straight up behind you. This time, bring your right foot between your hands and set it down. So you're in a low lunge position, and then release your left knee down toward the floor. We're going to take a supported twisting posture here. So you can have your toes tucked under or your foot flat to the floor. Lift your arms up in extension first, and then bring your hands to your heart. So here's going to be our first deep twist. You can use your right hand to assist you in getting into this twist. Place it on your knee or your thigh, and then bring your left elbow as far to the outside of your right knee as you can. Your palm's going to face up toward the sky. Set your right palm on top of your left. Press your palms together, and then to the best of your ability, try to rotate your sternum closer toward your thumbs. So you're going to deepen into your twist. If you're not that deep into it, don't worry about it. Just try to continue deepening into your twist as you work with your breath. So inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen a little bit more. Maybe you can peek back at your toes. Take one more breath here. All right, maybe you use your right hand for support as you release from your twist. And then tuck your left toes back under if they're not. Press back to a high plank position. And lower down to Chaturanga. If you prefer, you can come all the way down onto your belly. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Just getting a little movement in here to get our bodies nice and warm, to get our breath flowing. So let's take those postures on the other side. Lift your left leg up and then stretch your hip by opening up your leg and bending your leg and letting your foot dangle down toward the floor. Straighten out your leg, level your hips. Bring your left knee across your body. So twist as deep as you can as you bring your left knee towards your right elbow, maybe towards your right tricep or armpit. Now, focus on your foot. If your foot is dangling down, really fire it up so you can lift your foot to the height of your knee, hold it, and then stretch back. Three-legged dog. Release from that twist. Bring your left foot knee to nose and then set it between your hands. Lower your back knee down onto the floor. Toes tucked or flat, your choice. Lift your arms up in extension. So you can stretch and open up. Now bring your hands to your heart, and again, you can use your left hand to assist you to get a little deeper into the twist if you'd like. You're gonna bring your right elbow as far to the outside of your left knee as possible. Your palm is gonna face up. Place your left palm on top of your right, press your palms together, and then start to rotate your sternum towards your thumbs. Use your breath to assist you in getting deeper into the twist. Maybe peek back toward your right toes or up toward the ceiling. Take another full breath here. Unwind from your twist. You can again use your left hand for assistance if you'd like. Place your hands on the floor and step back to high plank. Lower Chaturanga. Breathe in. Stretch into upward facing dog. Keep your neck nice and long and then press back. Downward facing dog. One full breath here. All right, let's do breath to movement, core work. Lift your right leg high. Again, right knee to opposite elbow. So this time breath to movement. Breathe in, breathe out. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Now hold here and set your right foot to the outside of your left hand. Place your heel on the floor, your right heel and your left heel. Keep your right hand on the floor and lift your left hand up. This is called fallen triangle pose. This is another good exercise for your obliques. So lift your hips a little bit higher. Feel the compression on your right side. Feel the strength and the opening on your left side. Maybe look up and release. Lift your left heel, right leg high. Step your foot between your hands. Low lunge pose. Okay, keep your left knee off of the floor this time. Lift your arms up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge pose, hands to your heart. Okay, now we're in another twist with our back knee, this time lifted up off the floor. So same movement here. You're gonna hinge slightly forward, twist, elbow to knee. Okay, hold here just like we did with our knee on the floor, or extend your arms. Or if you're comfortable with binds and wanna take a bind, you can take it a little bit deeper by wrapping your left arm underneath your right leg, your right arm around your back, clasping your hands, breathing deeply. One more breath. Okay, if your hands are bound, if your arms are open, bring your hands back together. Look down at your right foot. This takes a little bit of balance and control. Step your left foot to meet your right, so you're in twisted chair. Look down, make sure your knees are in alignment with one another. And again, press your palms together. See if you can rotate your sternum towards your thumbs. Hold. Maybe look up if you feel balanced. Okay, now look down. Keep your hands connected. Lower your hips towards your heels. Okay, place your hands on the floor. And then twist. We're not balancing yet, just twist, twist. Connect your elbow to your hip, your right elbow to your right hip, your left elbow to your left knee, and just place a little weight into your hands. That's all. It's all simple. Playing with your balance and enjoying the benefits of this deep twist. Okay, now remember this position in your body. Walk your hands forward and then come all the way down to a seat and onto your back. Lift your feet up off the floor. Bring them to a 90-degree angle. Place your hands straight up to the sky and flex your palms back. Okay, so imagine that you're balancing on your hands. Now, bring your knees to the right, just till they hover over the floor. Woo, mine just almost fell on the floor. Bring your knees, your left knee towards your right elbow, and then bring your elbows in like you're gonna do a chaturanga. See if you can connect your elbow to your knee, squeeze your knees together. This is really hard. So challenging your core, challenging your balance. I don't know, I even feel it a little in my arms. Okay, and switch sides. So extend your arms long. Okay, when we come into side crow, we're gonna come into chaturanga arms as we move into the posture. So that's kind of what we're doing here. You're gonna move your knees to the left, but don't let them fall to the floor, so they just come to hover. And then start to draw your elbows in and down as you draw your right knee to your left elbow, tricep. See if you can make contact. Now squeeze your inner thighs together. This is hard. Good stuff. You're doing side crow on your back. This is called building a little muscle memory here, and you're done. So come back to center. Woo, and you just squeeze into a little ball here. Good. Make your way back to downward facing dog. If you're in the mood to add chaturangas to your practice, feel free to do that on your way. Otherwise, I'll meet you in down dog. Okay, let's take those postures on the other side. These are good warm-ups, preps, and stand alone, awesome for your body twists. So breath to movement, left leg high, left knee, right elbow. Exhale, inhale, extend, exhale, twist. Last time, breathe in, lift your leg high, exhale, twist. Now set your left foot to the outside of your right hand. Place your left heel and your right heel on the floor. Begin to rotate your chest open to the side as you lift your right arm up for fallen triangle. There's a lot of things falling from the tree above me, falling into my nose. And release your right hand back to the floor. Lift your right heel up. Extend back into three-legged dog so you can stretch. And then you're going to set your left foot between your hands for low lunge. Moving into Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge pose. Lift your arms up overhead. And now we twist with our knee off the floor. So bring your hands to your heart. Twist to the left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. You can do this with or without the assistance of your left hand. Since the focus is really depth in the twist, I like to assist myself a little bit. Bring the palms of your hands together and rotate your sternum toward your thumbs. Option here to open your arms or bind. Bringing your left hand around your back, your right hand underneath your left thigh, and clasping your hands if you'd like. Maybe look back or up if you feel balanced. If your hands are bound, or if your arms are in extension, connect the palms of your hands together. Elbow remains hooked to your left knee. Look down at your left foot for balance, and step your right foot to meet your left, and sit into twisting chair. Make sure that your knees are in alignment with one another. Adjust yourself, and then again, twist deep. Sternum, thumbs, thumbs to sternum. Really press your palms together, and then press your inner thighs together. Now from here, start to lower your hips down toward your heels. Take it nice and slow. Working on strength and balance, staying in your twist the whole time. And look to the left. Place your hands on the floor. Try to keep your right elbow connected to your left knee, and then your left hip coming toward your left elbow. Just rock a couple times here. Imagine that you're just gonna float off the ground, but you're not doing it yet. You just float. Rock again, imagine floating into the air. Good. All the way back. Unwind from your twist. And then roll back down, or sorry, just sit back down. Come into your seat. Then we're gonna come into boat pose. This is one more little core exercise designed to strengthen and activate your obliques, muscles along your side. So boat pose, lift your feet up off the floor, lift your chest, lower your shoulders. Now take your hands, interlace your fingers. Come into Arrow Mudra. Squeeze your inner thighs together, kick your feet to the left, reach your arms to the right. And again, kind of visualize yourself inside crow, so nice deep twist that requires a lot of strength as well. So you're doing both in this posture, twisting, strengthening. Come back to center and switch sides. Kick your feet to the right, reach your arms to the left. Come back to center, and then make your way to downward facing dog. Again, Chaturanga optional. You want to just get one last Chaturanga in. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. All right. So look toward your hands, walk your feet forward and come into a little squat. I like to go to the left side of my mat so I can place my hands onto my mat and come down. Okay, now in the ultimate or the final expression of side crow, your knee is connected, your right knee is connected to your left arm, but your right hip floats. That's why it takes a lot of strength in your obliques, in your core, your whole core, and a deep twist. You have the option as you work into this posture, if you can't get super deep into your twist, to rest your right hip on your right elbow. So I'm gonna talk you through both options. So for side crow, place your hands on the floor. You're gonna lift your hips up. You're gonna rock forward and then float your feet up off the floor. Try to get them to the height of your elbow. So I'm still working on holding that variation of the pose for very long. Takes practice and strength. Some people are awesome at it. I'm working on it. Other option number 2, a little more support. Place your hip on your right elbow and again, hinge forward. And then you can play with this variation or the other one if you want by scissoring your legs or bringing your both legs to the side, okay, or bending them. So there you go. Hold it, play with it as long as you want. Yeah, takes practice, but we're gonna take it on the other side now. So go ahead and walk your feet to the other side of your mat. So walk your hands now to the left. Same thing applies here. One knee, left knee connected to right arm, or left hip connected to left arm, option 2. Okay, so play with it a little bit. Tip forward. If you are doing it on the side of your mat, like I am, I just felt this because I felt like I was gonna fall forward, have a little crash pad or face the front of your mat so you have a little more space to work with. crashing is a possibility, but you're not too far off the floor, so don't be too afraid if you can. And then option number 2, rest your elbow onto your your hip onto your elbow, and then maybe play with scissoring the legs or bringing your legs to the side or bending them, lifting your feet a little bit higher, getting a little more leverage. Wipe the sweat off of your face. It's very humid here in Costa Rica. All right, side crow. I hope you enjoyed the prep and the posture. We've done a lot of twists, but I always like to close practice with a supine twist, a nice passive, relaxing twist. So when you're ready, after you've practiced the posture, maybe crashed a couple times, make your way onto your back, and we'll just close our practice with a couple stretches in a Shavasana. So lay down, bring your legs up to 90 degrees, or if you want to go deeper, you're nice and twisty right now, you can take both legs or both knees to the right. If you have straight legs and you haven't practiced this variation of a twist and you want to try it, you can reach your right hand toward your foot, your toe, whatever. Look to the left. Like I said, we did a lot of twisting, so you might have more access to this posture. Full belly twisting pose. One last breath on this side. All right, let's switch it out. So come back to center, legs bent or straight, your choice. Bring them to the left. Look to the right. Maybe take hold of your feet, or you can rest your hand on your knee. And look to the right. And make your way back to center. Let's take a happy baby so you can massage out your spine, neutralize everything. Hold on to your toes or your feet, and then press your low back down toward the floor as you draw your knees toward the floor. Maybe rock side to side if you enjoy that. Hug your knees into your chest. Extend your legs long for Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out through your mouth. Take a moment in acknowledgement of your practice for possibly trying something new or trying something in a new way, or just trying something a little more challenging. And then let your practice go. Come into the present moment, which only requires you to rest and relax and let go. Please rest in your Shavasana as long as you have time for. Thank you so much for making it to your mat today. From the light in me to the light in you, namaste.